Oh no. Now Neki is now Neki's going through it right now. It'll be okay, Nora. It'll be okay. We're through it. We're through it. Too much trauma in one day. Now Neki is going through it right now. Just lamenting everything that Fight and Rage does with its design decisions. It's really weird. So it's like I understand. It'll be okay now, Neki. It's over. It can't hurt you anymore. Now Neki said I thought Yoko Taro was a sadist. Design is just as important as gameplay. It is. It is. You can make something that has some of the coolest gameplay around, but if the rest of the game around that design is not, you know, done well, it's not going to hold up. The game is not going to hold up. Case in point, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. That game, right? The demo for that game came out. And one of the things that I wanted Lords of Shadow 2 to improve on over the first one was the combat. I felt like the combat in the first Lords of Shadow had potential. If only they would do a bit more with it, make it more action oriented as opposed to trying to emulate God of War and doing nothing else. Not to say that God of War is not action oriented, but it's done differently. You know, quick time events and lots of grounded overall gameplay. So we get Lords of Shadow 2 announced. There's a demo that drops for Lords of Shadow 2. And Lords of Shadow 2 says we can actually go about swapping weapons. We have actual juggle combos in Lords of Shadow 2. And there are multiple like different weapons that we can get. Nice, right? Already lots of steps in the right direction. And the gameplay feels very fluid in regards to the combat. On top of that, very nice. But then we consider the fact that in the actual game, the combat is a secondary focus because they made the mistake of making the combat like that with all of those improvements. And then after doing that, so much of the game is centered around you needing to be stealthy because by story reasons, like Gabriel slash Dracula, he can't fight most enemies because he's in a weakened state. So he needs to hide from them. And if you don't hide from these particular enemies, they can insta-kill you. And what that does is takes that combat and shuffles it into the back. You can't really do anything with this vastly improved combat because most of the game relies on you going through stealth segments, and they're poorly designed on top of that. You know, so it's really rough, right? You can make improvements to a lot of things and actually manage a lot, right? Castlevania Lords of Metal Gear Solid 2. A shame because the game had a lot going for it. It did. Environments were nice. The story had an interesting turn to it, and you know, on top of that, the overall acting and whatnot for the cutscenes and everything was really cool. Had some really nice visuals within the cutscenes. And the music was even cool. I really liked a lot of things about Lords of Shadow 2, but every time I turned around, I had to partake in a stealth section that slowed things down to a crawl, and I just didn't feel like I was playing a good game when that was the case. So it's like, well, I can't I can't get behind this. As much as I would like to, I can't because this is not good. He's over there. I need backup. Haven't played it so long, you don't remember your opinion on it. Yeah, right? Don't have any particular bad thoughts on it, though. I mean, again, it does things pretty well overall. There's nothing that is like the stealth sections are really the worst thing about it, in my opinion. You could look at the rest of the game in isolation and not feel bad about it. Think you remember when Dracula ate a kid? That was at the very beginning. That was at the very beginning. You had to eat a family. It's like, sure, they make it happen off screen, so it's kind of is what it is, right? But the fact that they don't shy away from the implication, and you see that he feels regret when he realizes what he's done, but at the same time he kind of shuffles it aside like, well, it had to be done because things are happening right now, and I'm the only one that can do anything about these things that are happening right now. So it's rough. He's like, dang, we going like this, huh? Yeah, right. Now, what we could do in order to sort out all of the fight and rage that we just went through, just a thought, is throws both fight and rage, the one man journey to unlock training mode. Oof, oof. That is that's not a that's not a journey I think anyone wants to go on. But if you play Fight and Rage, that's a journey you're gonna be on, like whether you want to or not. Fighting who? Now Neki is trying to push Fight and Rage out of their memory. Sorry, but unlocking training mode as a thing is just a massive failure in design. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. The scars will be there for life. Let's see. So what are we playing on stream today? Fighting Rage never happened now, Nikki. Feel like we played a game. I'm not too sure. Dang. That is some of the most severe amnesia I have ever seen. Yeah. Fighting who? Wow, an hour flew by. What did we do again? I blacked out. Now, now, for all of the issues, right, that Fighting Rage has, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna mess with you. It's not Double Dragon 4. We got Double Dragon 4, and that game actually made me feel bad for being like excited for its release. D- Double Dragon 4 was just not great. Not great at all. No, no more trauma. Oh no no. I'm not playing Double Dragon 4 on stream again. Don't worry. You're fine. That game was just a basket of miscarriages. Like just uh all of the missteps everywhere. Beginning to feel like group therapy for beat 'em up trauma. Beat 'em up intervention. I mean, that's why River City Girls and Streets of Rage 4 exist. Like, if you want a solid, strong beat 'em up, like without too many like inherent overall flaws, those games got you covered. Both of those games are very, very good. You know, I played the Takeover on stream a few weeks back, and that game, it tried to do some pretty cool things, right? And there's like juggle combos and stuff, but the way the game is designed makes so many things extremely unintuitive, and it's got issues that keep it from being excessively enjoyable. Besides, it's not the worst beat 'em up I've ever played. I'll say that, but it's not great. That does lead into an interesting question, though. Think of a genre that you appreciate a lot, right? Think of any one genre that you appreciate a lot, and then tell me what the worst game in that genre is that you've played, that you've personally played. And I'm not talking about like you picked it up for 5 minutes and in those 5 minutes you felt like, oh, this is bad, and you put it down. I mean, you played through it, you gave it a chance to see if it would get better. It didn't, and it was just a terrible experience for you. Visual novel Danganronpa V3. Jaws. Jaws? And my roommate said, I heard Gura.
Am I wrong?
Let's see. FPS Redneck Rampage. I don't know how to feel about that title. Gura. Daikatana. Wolf. That is a thing. KOY. Ooh. Build engine FPS game that legit had some good looking stages, but it played like a shit show. Legit had more fun with Daikatana. Oh, that those are pretty damning words. Those are pretty damning words. That is a statement. That is ooh. When you can look at a game and be like, Daikatana's more fun. Uh, what are you doing? Daikatana was a bad game, had so many design issues. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Rather laugh at the awful AI than deal with some of the worst gunplay you've ever used in Daikatana. Had dreadful gameplay. Yeah, nah. Nah, I don't know. You'll probably get flack for this, but Bioshock Infinite. I mean, I wouldn't say you would deserve any flack. Everybody has their own opinions, and that's what we're doing here. You know, speaking about opinions. and my, and my roommate testing the waters over here. He throws out there, says Sonic 06 is the greatest game ever made. Have I tried the game Pocket Bravery? It's an indie fighting game. It's in development and the demo is on Steam. I have not. I've seen it, but I have not tried it. You just hated Bioshock Infinite, but you love the other two. Now Nikki said, your roommate kind of spitting. I don't. Just testing the waters over here. Let's see. In terms of Sonic games, you'd probably say Secret Rings is the worst one of the bunch. In your opinion, legit unplayable most of the time. To be honest, Sonic 06's issues stem from more technical because they were building a new engine to go with it. Sonic 06's issues are more than just technical, but that's a conversation for another day. That runs deep. It runs very deep. The technical issues are just it's more that just mixes into everything and makes it worse. Yeah, you love not being able to see what killed you while playing in Shadow. Or being stuck in a loop while fighting Silver and he's constantly yelling, "It's no use." Yeah. Wouldn't say you hate Sonic games, but you dislike most of them. Don't finish a lot of them, you get your daily dose of memes and dip. Kingdom Valley with Shadow. Jesus Christ. And that's the weird thing, right? Like, the Sonic series actually has a sizable amount of lore and likable characters and stuff like that. It really does. But the games are all over the place, right? They range anywhere from this is okay to, or well, no, they range from this is really bad to this is okay to okay, this is pretty cool to wow, this is actually really good. By the time we got later games on the engine, the technical issues got ironed out. See, legit Shadow second stage, and you're already sick of it. Yeah, the Sonic series is always a tumultuous thing, right? It depends on the person you're asking. It depends on what games that are being discussed. Um, there's a lot to consider. There is a lot to consider, but in general, like every series has had their ups and downs. Not quite as topsy turvy as Sonic has gotten, to be entirely fair, but and no series is perfect. Sega said, "Alright, we gotta mix it up. We already made two good Sonic games. This next one has to be awful." I don't think any company intentionally comes in and says, "We gotta make the worst game possible." I mean, I know that statement is debatable because there are some absolutely awful games out there. And they're awful enough to the point that it makes you go, "Did they do this on purpose?" But I really don't think, devs come in with that as the goal. Make the worst game possible. Shadow's major weakness: how hard can I cry for Maria and still be the edgiest person in the room? That's not a weakness, that's a challenge. Like that is a challenge. Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. Let's see. You don't, but you either have bad designers, bad programmers, so something gets borked. Right? You know? And it's not like companies are not aware, right? When a game is bad from the jump. The problem is sometimes they end up making these games. They can see as they're developing them that this is not going according to plan. But what can they do? You know, maybe the system that they have doesn't exactly allow them to do what they need to do the way they want to do it, and they don't quite have the experience to fix, quote unquote, whatever issues they may have. Maybe when it comes down to the concept of receiving some sort of assist, maybe that kind of thing happens far too late in the development to turn things around. There are a lot of factors to take into account, and it's why, like, you know, you have to understand that there's no way they come in and intentionally go, we're going to make a bad game. There can't be, that can't be on purpose. Or Duke Nukem Forever. In development hell for over a decade and you run out of money. Ooh. That's a rough cut right there. Development hell is putting it lightly for that one, because not only was that one in development for a long time, it jumped developers for a long time too. That one was all over the place. And then it turned out when it finally released, it was a product of its time, which is probably the most ironic thing about it. N2K actually sued 3D Realms because they were delivering. Yeesh. Because they weren't delivering. Okay. All right, so just want to put this out there that I have an idea for the stream lineup in the coming days, given games and whatnot that are releasing, right? Tomorrow at some point, I'll stream Streets of Rage 4. I'll go through Streets of Rage 4 tomorrow. The day after that, the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection will be unlocking, as will Guilty Gear Strive for me. I'll be going through the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection in order. So those will be my daily streams in general. After the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection is done, then I'll start like streaming matches in Strive. And after that, then I'm gonna do something that I should have done a long time ago in a streaming format, and I'm going to stream through Tales of Vesperia. That is going to have to happen. Let's see. Steam says tomorrow for the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection for you. So here's the thing, right? The Ninja Gaiden Master Collection comes out at midnight tomorrow night. That's when it unlocks. Yes. Yes. Tomorrow Arya will tell everyone the only KOF she plays is KOF 99 because she, quote, loves the balance. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Uh, Depends on when the various console manufacturers update their stores. Yep, exactly. So yeah, plans are for the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection in order. Um, and then beyond that, be doing stuff in Strive. So I'll be getting to that late because Ninja Gaiden Master Collection is a thing, and I've been wanting to go through those games again anyway. So that's where my attention for that is going to be going. Uh, and in the midst of all the Strive stuff, I'll also be starting Tales of Vesperia. So that's something else. Am I thinking of trying PSO2 New Genesis? I mean, I want to. One of the things that is actually deterring me is the size. The size of that is, yeah, it is a big one. So I probably need to get my hands on an external to hold it on. I have an external terabyte hard drive that I could easily put it on if it weren't for the fact that the hard drive itself doesn't exactly play nice with trying to use it with Steam. So that's an issue. Does the Ninja Gaiden collection contain the Sigma games or the original games? It has the Sigma games. It's Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Sigma 2, and Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Razor's Edge does not have the online co-op. That is unfortunate. It makes me sad because that was one of my favorite features, honestly. Being able to do mission mode together with people was really fun. Let's see. Now Neki says they look forward to Ninja Gaiden because they never played them. Yeah, they're cool games. They're very cool games. Fun fact, there was this, honestly, I believe it was a silly rivalry, but there was a rivalry of sorts between the fandoms of Ninja Gaiden and Devil May Cry a long time ago. Because both of those games represented what were the peak of action games, with Devil May Cry 3 and Ninja Gaiden. And it's just kind of like, I don't understand why you all are at each other's throats. The games are like really good in their own right. Just be happy we have all of this. Let's see, is it weird for Gaiden 3 you laughed at the story because it was comic gold? I don't think that's weird, but I can understand people like feeling a certain way about it because Ninja Gaiden 3, okay, so here's the thing, right? For the uninitiated, there was Ninja Gaiden 3 and there was Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Razor's Edge was an updated version of the original Ninja Gaiden 3 because the original Ninja Gaiden 3 did a lot of things that did not make the player base happy. The original Ninja Gaiden 3 didn't give you many weapons at all to use. I think you just had like the dragon sword, well, the replacement for the dragon sword, and like maybe one other weapon. I think you didn't have much. And you also didn't have like other techniques. um, as well that show up in Razor's Edge. So that's the thing. You only had Hayabusa to play as, so that's a mark against it. There are various story segments and whatnot that are just really bad, really, really bad in the original. There are boss fights and segments of the game that were done very badly. Those were taken out of Razor's Edge. Basically, every way you can think of that Razor's Edge was fundamentally flawed, or rather, Ninja Gaiden 3 was fundamentally flawed. They did their best to fix it in Razor's Edge, and it makes it a overall better package as a whole. Um, one of the things, the reason I, went through that whole like explanation though, one of the things to talk about the story was the fact that here's Ryu Hayabusa, the super ninja, right? That's his designation. He's so potent at his job as a ninja that he is known as the super ninja, the ultimate ninja. The CIA in the United States knows who Ryu Hayabusa is. He handles literal deities on a daily basis. Is he more of a ninja than Chip? President of Chip? Yes. Ryu Hayabusa would actually murder Chip. No questions asked. Like, let's put this into perspective. Ryu Hayabusa can formulate and hold and throw a black hole with his bare hands. Let that sink in. Ryu Hayabusa can actually formulate, hold, and throw a black hole with his bare hands. That is just one of the things that Hayabusa can do. He's actually really ridiculous. Right? So it's like putting Hayabusa up against another ninja from the vast majority of media it's a mismatch. He's really strong. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They're very interesting. Even the weapons have like mad amounts of lore to them. There are some weapons that literally say that they can't be, used. They can't be wielded by just standard people because they are possessed by beings capable of rending the world asunder. And Hayabusa has to actually like be the one to wield these weapons because he can control those powers. Yeah. Ryu was just as silly as Dante, but Ryu was like, I'm Ryu. Dante, crazy. Yeah, so strong to the tone that the bad guys wait until Ryu goes on vacation to attack his village. Yep. The last time a villain did something like that was when Richter Belmont in Castlevania. He left his village to go on patrol. And when he went on patrol to take out a bunch of demons and whatnot, he was on his way back. He was attacked by Death, who was sent by Dracula to intercept Richter on his way back home. He fights off Death while riding on the way back, like on his carriage, mind, and He gets back to his village to see that his village was being burned to the ground, several villagers being killed, and people that were close and dear to Richter being kidnapped by Dracula. All because Dracula was just like, yeah, no, this Richter guy is a problem. We need to do something to get an edge. It's the same with Hayabusa. Like, he is so potent at his job that people actually actively do everything in their power to try to move around Hayabusa as a factor. They explicitly try to do things in a way that doesn't get Hayabusa's attention or doesn't get him involved in what they're doing, because they know that if he gets wind of what they're doing, he's going to come after them, and that's not what they want. So he is he's something else, to put it lightly. Dracula was jealous that Richter was going to Disneyland, and Dracula was too broke to go, so he had to burn his village. Seems legit. They really don't want a piece of him. No, they don't want a piece of Hayabusa at all. As there's a reason. He is ridiculous. So yeah, the Ninja Gaiden games are basically the story of, hey, it's Ryu Hayabusa. Oh no, there goes my arm. You know, how often can you actually stand in front of Ryu Hayabusa and live to tell the tale, right? Because that's, if you're against him, you're a foe. The number of foes that he actually spares, you can actually like literally count on one hand. It's Ryu. Ryu, yes. And that's if he's in a good mood. If he's in a bad mood, he just won't say anything. He'll just kill you. Think this might be your favorite trope in games. What, overpowered main character.exe? Because, like, yeah, like in the original Ninja Gaiden 3, like, one of the things that the game really tried to push is the whole concept that, you know, Hayabusa has to feel the pain and sorrow of the people that he, kills, etc., etc. They try to make you quote unquote feel bad for the people that you have to slaughter. So, like, there's literal cutscenes and stuff where you have people begging Hayabusa for their lives. They're saying they have a family and all this other stuff. I'm like, you were just shooting at me with an AK-47. You telling me now that you have a family and you don't want to die is a bit of a moot point. You know what you were doing. It's called winning.exe. And they're very nonchalant take at enemies. Yep. Still very much interested in the black hole part. Yeah, that's not a misnomer. He gets a technique that just lets him form a black hole with his bare hands, hold it, and throw it. Just think, what? What? I have a family. Family in question, probably dead. I have family. Ryu, I am my family. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing about Ryu. His whole clan got taken down That's how much of a problem they felt like Ryu was. They're like, we not only need to try to kill him, we need to try to kill his family, like the whole clan. Because if any of the Hayabusa clan survives, that's a problem for us. Which, fair play, if you're going to do it, be thorough, right? But they didn't count on Ryu literally being revived from the dead and then coming after them again. Because when that happened, there was no stopping him. There was no stopping him. And now Ryu has a disciple. If you've ever played the Dead or Alive games or seen them and seen the character Momiji, that is Ryu's disciple. She herself is actually playable in Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. And I think one other Ninja Gaiden game as well. But she herself is actually extremely potent. Consider how powerful. Yes, yes, she was in the DS game. Yep, that's what it was. But yeah, consider how powerful Ryu Hayabusa is, right? That in the Dead or Alive series, where Ryu Hayabusa is technically an outsider, and there are other ninja clans and whatnot at play in that story, in that narrative. These other ninja clans, where their top ninja are very potent, very powerful in their own right. These top ninja, namely Hayate, Kasumi, Ayane, etc., they have Ryu Hayabusa on speed dial. It's literally a situation of, if this gets too out of hand for us to handle, we call him. He will handle it. Like, that's something to consider. And because Ryu and Hayate are longtime friends, he's like, yeah, no, I got you. He'll throw his black hole at them. Yes. Yeah, they've got Hayabusa on like hot dial. Yeah, speed dial. Just, yeah. He's the one. He's the red button. Right? Hayabusa doesn't even have to use any of his techniques. That's the crazy thing. Like, I was talking to my sister about it, and she pointed it out to me that in one of the Dead or Alive games, Hayabusa actually takes down a jet fighter using one of Hayate's techniques. And it's like, wait a minute, this technique, not only is it not yours, it's not even something that's taught by your clan. This is their clan, their family technique, and you just did it because you can. Yes, the Torn Sky Blast, exactly. Ayane, Ryu, I need your help. Ryu, who are you and how did you get my number? Ayane, it's me, Ayane. Ryu, sorry, I see your name on caller ID. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Ryu, I am the technique. He is. He is. That's the terrifying thing. Like, he can just do it. It's like, this isn't even your technique. How? He just has to see it. That's it. It's a walking Sharingan. He must have one of them fancy Sharingans around. Damn copy ninja. Yeah, like Hayabusa's on some extra nonsense. He's he is what other ninja aspire to be. That is the most blunt way to put it. He is actively ridiculous. Can't wait for the move where Ryu just blinks and the enemies explode. What is technique? A miserable pile of secrets. Have at thy, Ryu. Ryu, you're already dead. Yeah, Ryu can conjure whirlwinds and send out like razor blades of wind from these whirlwinds. He can conjure flames from a mythical phoenix that can surround him and make him invincible. Um, he can literally summon a dragon made of fire. He's he's got a lot. He's got a lot. That's just masquerade bloodlines. Blood boil. Ryu, Dante, and Bayonetta walk into an arena. How is it ending? It's ending with Ryu and Dante like killing everything in the room and Bayonetta just hanging back and watching. Like, she'd probably join in, but at some point, she'd just want to see what they're about. Which, can't blame her. Right, exactly. They wouldn't fight because they are all about the same thing, really. Like, they go about it differently. Well, for the most part, Dante and Bayonetta are very similar in a lot of ways. But Hayabusa is like, if he knows you're fighting for the right thing, the right side, like you're good. So, nah, I would see them working together more than anything. If anything, I'd feel sorry for everything in the arena because if they are brought to an arena together with the prospect of potentially fighting each other, I'm pretty sure it was a matter of like demons trying to get them in the same place to trick them into killing each other. And they would realize that, and then everything around them would die. It's Ryu and Dante challenging each other to a dance off. Nah, that would be Dante and Bayonetta. That would be Dante and Bayonetta. Make a damn great crossover game, yep. Unfortunately, one we'll never get. Would be nice, though. Hmm. So, yeah. One more time. Just to lay out the streaming schedule. Tomorrow, I'm streaming Streets of Rage 4. The day after the Ninja Gaiden games unlock, I'll be starting with Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1. We'll go through those in order from 1 to 2 to Razor's Edge. And then after that, that's when Strive starts getting a focus. And in between the streams of playing Strive, I'll also start going through Tales of Vesperia. So lots of stream stuff planned over the next several days. No one has seen Ryu dance. It's his most hidden technique. Jesus. Dante. So you can summon black holes, huh? Well, check this out. He starts changing styles. Oh no. It would be cool seeing Ryu using Rebellion, Bayonetta using the Dragon Blade, and Dante using Bayonetta's pistols. It'd be interesting. Wouldn't be much of a change for Dante. Unless he, somehow manages to do what she does and uses his feet to fire. But yeah. Yeah. And pretty much outlines what we're gonna do. So let's see who's doing what right now. Figure out who to raid. Not too many people doing too much at the moment. Oh wait, my friend Astro is actually playing Strive right now. So we can raid Astro. So thanks everybody who tuned in. Thanks everybody who hung out. Apologies for the PTSD with Fighting Rage. That was certainly not the intention. Yeah, be back at it tomorrow with Streets of Rage 4. And we'll go from there. It's in the name, Fighting Rage. Right? Yeah, and you all are welcome. You all are welcome. Let's set up this raid. Click, click. All right, raid set. Hopefully everybody has a good night. Everybody take it easy.
Talia, thank you for the raid. How is everybody doing? Hello. Oh, shit. My bad. What's up? How was the stream? Oh, okay. Bow. El violente. I hope everything is going well. What's up now, Neki? Thank you. I don't know if you heard me, but thank you for the raid. Okay, good. Okay. I was heard. I just wanted to make sure. I want to be like that guy, you know what I'm saying? What were you playing? Is there a I don't know if I have a shout out button. You guys, Aria, excellent content creator. She makes amazing stuff. She plays a plethora of games. Very interesting to watch, very knowledgeable. Give her a follow if you haven't already. Thank you. I don't have a shout out button, so I'm going to be the shout out bot today. But things are going pretty good. You know, finally back home, done with school, so, you know, I got Guilty Gear. Obviously. It's right there. There. Yeah. Camera has shit flipped, so I was like my couch is to my left, but on my computer screen is to my right. Fighting raid?